ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। In this session, we'll be discussing from the 43rd verse of the 7th chapter of the first canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Uvacha cha asahanti asya bandhana anayanam sati mucchatamesha brahmano nitaram guruhu. So the meaning of this verse: she could not tolerate Ashwathama's being bound by ropes, and being a devoted lady, she said, "Release him, for he is a Brahmana, our spiritual master." So this is the description continuing from the previous verse, where as soon as Ashwathama was bound up and brought by Arjuna to in front of Draupadi, she offered him respect. Out of being good-natured, mild-natured, and in spite of being aggrieved because of the inglorious murder committed by this Ashwathama, in spite of that, out of respect, according to the culture, she offered respects to him, and now she's telling, "Release him. Why have you bound him up like an animal?" That's Draupadi's response to Arjuna having bound him up. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, as soon as Ashwathama was brought before Draupadi, she thought it intolerable that a Brahmana should be arrested like a culprit and brought before her in that condition, especially when the Brahmana happened to be a teacher's son. So not only Ashwathama was a Brahmana, but he also happened to be a teacher's son. Now Arjuna, why did Arjuna arrest? Did Arjuna not know that Ashwathama is a Brahmana and he is a son of Dronacharya, Arjuna's own teacher, military teacher? Now Prabhupada explains, Arjuna arrested Ashwathama, knowing perfectly well that he was a son of Dronacharya. Krishna also knew him to be so, but both of them condemned the murderer without consideration of his being the son of a Brahmana. This is exactly according to revealed scriptures, that a teacher or spiritual master is liable to be rejected if he proves himself unworthy of the position of a guru or spiritual master. This is what the scriptures say. The guru is offered very high respect, but if he proves himself unworthy of the position of a guru. Now, the position of the guru is very, very exalted. Guru is also called an acharya, or a person who has actually assimilated all the essence of Shastras, and he also helps his disciples to adopt the ways of the scriptures. That is the position of Guru, especially in the spiritual matters. This is especially applicable in spiritual matters. When you say Acharya, one who teaches by example, one who has assimilated the essence of the scriptures, one who teaches his disciples whatever that essence of the Shastra is, by personally training, instructing, giving very good instructions, and the disciple also is actually surrendered to the spiritual master and inquires from him, serves him in a submissive mood, he makes inquiries. So all this is there. But now in the case of Ashwatthama, here it is said, Ashwatthama failed to discharge the duties of a Brahmana or teacher. Why? Because he committed the most inglorious murder. And therefore he was liable to be rejected from the exalted position of a Brahmana. On this consideration, both Lord Sri Krishna and Arjuna were right in condemning Ashwatthama. Both Krishna and Arjuna, they didn't treat Ashwatthama as a Brahmana. Why? Because Ashwatthama had fallen down from his position and he was liable to be rejected as a Brahmana. But for Draupadi, the matter was considered not from the angle of Shastric vision, but as a matter of custom. It is customary to offer the same respect that is offered to the father is offered to his son, especially when the father is a teacher, a Brahmana, deserves all respects. So the son is also offered similar respect. That is a custom. Why? Because people generally accept the son of a Brahmana as a Brahmana. But the Shastras say the son of the Brahmana, if he is not qualified as a Brahmana, he should not be accepted as a Brahmana. Yasya lakshanam proktam. This is the verse in the Bhagavatam. That whatever the symptoms that are displayed by a person, irrespective of the family in which he is born, irrespective of whose son he is, if he displays the symptoms of a Shudra, he should be accepted as a Shudra. In terms of social interaction, what is the respect that is due? The respect that is due to a Brahmana who is qualified is different. The respect that is due to a Shudra who is not qualified as a Brahmana but having the symptoms of a Shudra is different. So, Draupadi accepting Ashwatthama, who is degraded himself, behaved a most degrading manner in killing Draupadi's own sons in a most inglorious way. He's a murderer. He's a criminal. So, he should not be treated like a Brahmana. So, Srila Prabhupada is explaining elsewhere that in the Vedic culture, they know how to offer respect to the proper persons. They know how to offer respect. Now even Arjuna, you consider Arjuna's position. Krishna told Arjuna after Ashwatthama was arrested by Arjuna, Krishna told Ashwatthama, kill him. He doesn't deserve to actually be excused for this most inglorious murder he has committed. But Arjuna did not kill him. Arjuna could have killed him, but he did not kill him. Why? Because Arjuna thought he is the son of my Guru. So, as son of Guru, of course, he is not a Brahmana. Son of a Brahmana is not a Brahmana when he is not behaving according to the Brahmanical standard. So he is considered Brahma Bandhu. He is a relative of a Brahmana. He is a son of the Brahmana. Okay. But son of a Brahmana, Arjuna did not kill him. Similarly, Draupadi, considering that he is the son of a Brahmana, she actually, being very soft-hearted, Vamasvabhav, previous verse explained that, Vamasvabha. She did not withdraw the respect that is due to Ashwatthama as the son of Dronacharya. So the important point is that Arjuna did not kill him, and Draupadi did not even withdraw the respect that is due. This is a very, very advanced culture in human society, very advanced culture. So, Srila Prabhupada explains that that in the Vedic culture, they are trained up how to offer proper respects to different categories of people. The respect Draupadi is offering, so it is said here that in spite of all these disqualifications of Ashwatthama, Draupadi offered him respect, and she even said, Muchyata, Muchyata Mesha, release him. Why have you bound him up like an animal? He deserves respect because he is the son of the teacher, military teacher. So Srila Prabhupada in the end of the purport says, these are the characteristics of one who is a pure devotee of the Lord. A devotee of the Lord can tolerate all sorts of tribulations personally. Draupadi is affected very, very, very badly. All the 5 sons have been killed in a very, very bad manner. Beheading when they're sleeping. So in spite of that, she is tolerant because she is a pure devotee. And in spite of so much tribulation, a devotee tolerates such tribulations and never are unkind to others, even to the enemy. Draupadi did not show any consideration, did not have any consideration that he is enemy and he is unjustly killed my sons in a proper battle, dharma yuddha, while fighting against each other. If they are killed, whoever is killed, it is not improper. But here they are not given a chance to defend themselves when attacked. So that is, in spite of this, Draupadi being a pure devotee of the Lord. So the scriptures say a pure devotee is decorated with all good qualities of saintly behavior. This is automatic when somebody becomes a devotee. Yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate suraha. All the good qualities of the devatas, of divine natured persons, are to be found only in a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Bhakti akinchana. Bhagavad bhakti akinchana. So this pure devotion is so very important. Only pure devotion brings out all the good qualities of a person. It's there. All the good qualities are there in the spirit soul. But it is covered by material contamination, then the person displays all kinds of material behavior. But when purified, especially by devotional service, easiest way of purification of the contamination in the heart, then one displays all, behaves, exhibits all the divine qualities. That is the conclusion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.